Alright, so let's do a recap of Thursday and Friday. I remember Thursday was easy money, and Friday was easier than it looked, but I just wasn't in a position, which is very, very, very sad. So let's see what we can do to fix this. I don't remember what happened Thursday, but let's take a look-see. Let's see if I can remember what I saw before I see it again. Let's see, drop, pop and drop. Pop and drop. I was looking for it to fill this. Weak, weaker, weak, both weak. But let's see what the first candle does anyway. Because it could just take this and run up, but more likely it takes this and goes down because it's a Thursday, not expecting a gap rejection day. So let's see, 9:30, boom, pop, drop. Okay, so what's the answer? Small pop. Even if you, I think we said couldn't make. Yeah, I remember. I got chopped up in this because my screen went black. Huge ass breakaway gap. Clearly rejecting it. Couldn't print past the consequent encroachment. I think I need to redo this indicator so I can drop a CE on this because otherwise I'm gonna have to drop a box and I don't like that. I hate dropping boxes. Yeah, couldn't print past the CE. You're absolutely in this for the pop and drop. Yeah, this couldn't make it. I think this was a lower high or an equal high. Let's see, high 786, high 76.25. So it's slightly higher, but the amount that it went down, 771, that's already 50 points further down it goes. It's already 80. Wicks down. I would have been looking to get in here. This would have taken me out already. I would have been up. Oh yeah, I still can't. As this wick starts going down, you should be in this. This would have taken me out if I were trying to play it. Turns out to be a stronger area than I expected, but I still would have been done. I had to learn how to trade past that, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You could take this down to here. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the fibs. Are my fibs even on? Oh, they're all the way over there. Okay. So let's watch this with the fibs, please. So 9:30. What do we have? For long term, 929, 618 rejection on the intermediate term. On a higher time frame, it looks like it's going up. Ooh. That means that you're probably better off getting in for the rejection down here because we've already got some liquidity down here. So it's likely coming down here. But you could take the Judas swing. Come up. You reject the 786. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Come up, reject the 786, take the Judas down. Oh, I see you wick down, which would have been a problem, honestly. Come up here, close, rejection. Exactly what you want to see. Melt it down. Come sniff at this liquidity, looking to sniff at this breakaway gap, which you might reject. But let's see actually. More recent. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you should have been out of this trade. I see that. Because you're rejecting the 786. Yeah, you clearly rejected the long-term 786 and shooting back up. I might have been concerned here, actually. I would have exited this. With what I know now, I would have exited this. Because now I'm looking at this as a long-term up move. Well, sorry. Yeah. Well, if one is the origin, so one is the origin. Yeah. Boom. Rejection of the 786 again. But rejection of this, which is exactly what your goal is, the breakaway gap. Another rejection. Yeah. You're out of that. Rejection. This is going back up. You can ride this from here, this area, your OTE, up. Put your stop right there, CE, or even below. Wow, surprising because some weak order blocks. But whatever. The fib tells a story. If you're rejecting the area, you take it. And I would trail it, honestly. This might come right back down. Hold on. Now 786 on the intermediate. But it's also creating... Why does it say midnight? Oh, because it's that one. It's tiny. This is NYAM that was created. Interesting. I'm going to look for that to fall back into this first presented, because I don't think it has the strength to keep going. Oh boy, wow. Yeah, look at that. That was a mighty rejection, my word. Lower body, interesting. Rejection here. You could have taken this easily. This is some serious chop, and I don't have a direction. That's 100 points right there. Jeez. You could play the fib alone for the chop. This is beautiful, actually. Does it put... Oh, yeah. Honestly, you could have taken this and gotten out, and then taken this and then gotten out. It's a beautiful way of trading this. Rejection up to 786. Look to see if it continues, because I would actually be interested in that. Yep, look at that. Boom, right back up. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, my word, that was beautiful. Rejection of the 7/8. Yeah, yeah, I think I see that. I might turn off everything else and just leave the fibs on. Oh, my goodness, this is powerful. I didn't even see all of this. Oh, my word. Yeah, this is it right here. This is it right here. Wow, that was your move. You could take in this and you just get out. Honestly, you're creating two bullish breakaway gaps along the way. You might even demolish that. I have no idea. So you turn on the area just so you get an idea of how deep you penetrate into these. Just to get an idea of how deeply you penetrate into these order blocks. Rejection. Oh yeah, inversion or invalidation of those order blocks. Now let's see, if you put your fib on, what do you have here? So your short-term fib Still pretty big. You can't even make it to the 50%, huh? Let's see, what does the next bar do? It doesn't even try. I mean, you invalidated that, so you're fine, but honestly, oh, right, here we go, actually. This was going to be your low. Well, that is your low, so that's that. But realistically, this should have looked, no. Because that's not the kind of low that I want. I don't want the low as part of a fair value gap. I want the low that taps into a fair value gap, and that didn't happen. So this is the best it could have done anyway. Yeah, you'd have to already have been in this because there's no way that I could have known to get in here. There was just no way. Let's see. You have 2 more order blocks up here. If you were still in this trade, honestly, and way rich. Almost 300 points you're up again. Cheese and bread. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. Honestly, I would have been trailing this because how is this bearish order block still in play? Should have been invalidated already. You closed past it already. Maybe a rejection. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, there you go. You come. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on. I wasn't even looking at the fib on this. Let's try that again. Come here. Got yourself a 5-minute bullish order block. What happens here? Do you come back down to test the 0.5 on the short term? Boom, yes you do. Create a new one. Yeah, that is it right there. That I like that. Rejection. Oh, I wouldn't like that, but I would like that. That's your entry. Man, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Okay, now you'd have to watch this to see where the get out is. Whew. Oh, okay. I have to figure out what's this line about. I have to do something about that because that is extremely concerning. I think it's on the liquidator. It's not on the liquidator. It's on the liquidity victims. I have to figure out what that is. All right. I think I can do that. Yeah, because that's just a straight line. It doesn't tell me anything. All right. And let's see, now it's your macro. That was your macro right there. Boom. 950 from here to there. 950. Let's see the 950 respective to the rejection of the fib rejection. So we have a green, not quite a 50%, but that it can't make it. 950. Boom. And it just goes off. You have to be in that one. What is this? This is a true weak opening gap print through. Okay. Which sets up a balanced price range. Interesting. This is your IFVG takeoff. I like it. Or your BPR takeoff. Which I thought it shouldn't come past the 50%, but I don't know. Clearly rejects its breakaway gap. Clearly misses your intermediate term 50% rejection. Like it just takes off. What's that? Yeah, you're off. This trade alone. If you were in it from down there, amazing. If you're in it from there, also amazing. This is your macro. Oh, the macro is what does it. Okay. Come back down a little bit. Yep. Okay. Up. I'm curious as to where. Oh my. I need to see where that line is created. Oh. That's what that is. 10-10 macro line. Let me see. Yep, I see. Can I do anything here? Lines, graphic out lines, input text, visibility. Not sure what I can do about that. I'll just see. All macro lines should be dotted. I'll have to play with that. Or, yeah, because that is annoying. You know what? I won't play with it now. Alright, let's see. 10-10, let's see what the 11-10, or the 10-15 macro does. Okay, where are we here? Boom, coming down. Let's see, 0, 2, 3, 6, short term, intermediate term. No retracement yet. Long term, coming to the 618. Could come down here and reject and go back up. Let's see. Euro. Ooh, hello. Oh, okay. Well, comes down to the gap. 15-minute bullish order block. Let's see. We have an area. It rejects it. And it takes off. Okay. Well, 50% rejection of the gap. See that keep going up. Alright, took a little bit. Nope, maybe not. I guess not. Oh, I guess so. There you go. Interesting. Interesting. It's going to invalidate this block. It sure does. That's looking to come down here. Okay. Gonna invalidate that 15 minutes? Yeah, that's gone. Ooh. Oh, we got very bearish on the day. Good thing I would have been done for the day. 10-50 macro, just violating everything. Alright, so let's see what happened. I was done for the day up here. I guess this is your accumulation, and that's your distribution. No, that's your distribution. That's your manipulation. That's your distribution. So this is your accumulation. This is your manipulation. And I'm thinking that we come 62.5% rejection. Well, let's see where we are. Because we could come up all the way up to this area here and then come back down. Yeah, 50%. Yeah, okay, 618. It's also permissible. Alright, 786 on the long term. Okay. And then, question is, do we come back down or do we chop here? Yeah, this is looking like it's going to continue going up now. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I should be done trading by now anyway. 11:50 macro. This is well into lunch, starting at 11:30, so I don't even have a clear plan for trading this. I would look to scalp if anything. I don't have any real plays. But I would have been looking for this to be long once I saw this intermediate term highs lower than this intermediate term low. shorter block. Let's see how it happens when you test that. Chop and validation. Bear shorter block, invalidated. Okay. I'm curious to see what happens at the 1250 macro. Basically hugging the true week open gap on Thursday. But like I said, I would have been done for the day already. I should have been taken out. I should have been taken out well in profit. There we go. Going back down. All right. So what are we seeing here? We danced between the what is this? So Sydney Tokyo got no play today. New day opening gap got no play, so far at least. But you dance between midnight NYAM, you superimpose NYAM on midnight, and you dance between Euro and whatever this is, NYPM from the previous day, for Wednesday's NYPM. And you just, well, like I said, reasons. I'm actually curious, if I get back in here, was there a reason to get back down? I mean, I should have been done for the day anyway, honestly. There's no real point in taking this. Maybe consider this your Judas swing. That's your first distribution. That's your second, maybe. That's your third, I guess. I don't know, honestly. I haven't focused on here for now. We'll come back to the rest of that later when we have time to learn all that stuff. We have a lot to learn. Let's move on to the next day, Friday. Man, I wish I were feeling better on Friday. Well, I fixed my indicator and it shows. So let's see if we can use it properly to determine what Friday had in store. I remember saying there was going to be a small pop and drop, or at least a pop and drop. I wanted to see what happened in this area here, because we had midnight on top of whatever that is, Sydney, and then we had Tokyo above. And I said, all right, we've got some areas above it. Let's see what happens when we get there, if we can. And then drop, and I want to see what happens around Euro. That's my plan. The vacuum is in play. Boom up, boom down. Let's see what we get. So, boom. Oh, first of all, I went too quickly. The first thing I said was, what do we have? We're looking at our fib. I didn't do this on Friday because I didn't have it. I'd drawn it, but this does it for me automatically. So I'm looking at a rejection of the 50% in the long term. So far, it's 929. Intermediate term is in play. We'll see how far we retrace into that. I'd love to see it come down here and create a new intermediate term, but whatever. And short term looks like it's pretty much overlapping with other values. So yeah, it's basically on top of the intermediate term because it's drawing. So that's fine. All right, so the first thing we do is we come up, we test this breakaway gap, recent, way too recent, and down. Honestly, this alone would have been enough points to be done for the day. This, I remember being, how many points was this candle? This candle was 130 points. You could take that and be done for the day. But you have to get in where? So I got in for the short, but I got in with 5 minis. by accident. I only meant to get in with one mini. Man, if I got in with this one mini, I got in somewhere around here, I think. So I was kind of late. Because, the wick was instantaneous, the fill was whatever, and I wasn't feeling well because I didn't go to sleep well. Oh, I didn't go to sleep on Wednesday night, Thursday night. I was up working on the indicator and didn't have it finished in time. So, excuses. No more excuses. So, came all the way down here. Let's see, we're moving in that direction. Everything's tuned to go down, which means that at the time, everything's tuned for the down move. Yeah, everything's tuned for the down move. So I want to see it hit the euro. Boom, we go through euro. And there were opportunities to get in on the way down, it looks like. If we watch this properly, how many opportunities do we have to get in on the down move? Boom. 0.5%, 50% rejection. Boom. This candle. Boom, boom. I would have been concerned that we didn't go down as far. Very much. That would have had me concerned, honestly. I would have to move my stop. Shouldn't change. I mean, I would move my stop here somewhere to just, be safe, because I wouldn't want to see it come back up, honestly. I want to see it take this. And there's no fair value gap. So, struggled here at this fair value gap, and then clearly here at this fair value gap. So one could argue that this was a chance for it to turn around. I'm concerned if I weren't already in the trade, or if I had gotten taken out, or whatever the case was. But we're also printing to the south side of this new day opening gap. So this made my day. This is exactly what you want to see. But still not much displacement. It's still on the way though. Lower low, that helps a lot. So let's keep it going. Oh, and that's exactly what you want to see. That's the moneymaker right there. Then you start looking for targets down here. But let me just go back one more bar actually. Let me see what happens there. Because there's no reason you should be entering here. I mean, this is a 236 rejection on an intermediate term, but still, you don't have much history to be able to say this is a strong intermediate term. It's basically equivalent to your short term. So the 236 rejection does indicate that it's still quite bearish in this case, but still. And it shows. So should have been in this trade from this candle, honestly. Getting in here is possible, but dangerous at my level. Realistically, I wanted to be in somewhere around here, realistically, because of the rejection from there. So, still, if you get in, print south of the gap, rejection, boom. 430, you're now up 119 points, which is lovely and beautiful. And then you start looking for that turnaround. Wick into that breakaway gap. I think you invalidated that breakaway gap. I would look to turn around here, honestly, because this is looking to me, I know already, but it's starting to look really bearish. I would probably trail it, to be honest. I don't know if I would take all the profit. I'd probably leave some on the table there and get wiped, because, that's clearly looking to take me out. Although there is a 50% rejection here, which is interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. Oh yeah, that's how you stay in the trade, honestly. I would have probably looked to get out and then maybe look to get back in. Yeah, because you clearly rejected the long-term 50%. You have to get back in that trade. Yeah, eyes on NYPM. Yeah. Oh, if you just held this trade instead of being a little biggity, I mean, man, yeah, that's a juicy breakaway gap. Let me see, when did that even really? Oh, You have all the confluences here. You have the breakaway gap, you have the gap rejection because we said it was Friday, and Fridays tend to be gap rejections. It was immediate too. Man, today was the day to get rich off of this, man. Let's say you got in somewhere around here. 479? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, hold on. Yeah, my word. 479. That's what? 200, 240 points, basically. Yeah, 50% rejection. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm terrified of the turnaround. I would have taken my profit and ran away, honestly. I mean, it could still come down, but I still don't like it. Yeah, see, I don't like that. Yeah, see, that's you take that profit and you run away with it. Don't get too greedy, especially you're here, you're chopping around the NYPM. You printed past and you 2-bar reversal, which is basically your balance price range, which is probably a 30-second IFVG. Boom, and you're couldn't even make it down here on several times. Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't even. Oh, and 950 time and price, right? So can't even make it down to here. Although you couldn't make it up here, but the trend was down. You're looking for the reversal around the time and price at 950. Honestly, maybe you take it from here. 352. Once you have solidified some interest. So let's go back a little bit because I would like to see what that would mean for me from a fib perspective. So from a fib perspective, you're looking at this would be the equivalent of a rejection of the 0.5 to go back up, looking green, and you're off because you're already in the uptrend. Boom. That's exactly what you want to see. If that doesn't happen too quickly and it's during a macro time, you are up big. 361. Another 130 points. I wouldn't have gotten in there. I don't think I would have. Let me see. From a fib perspective, is there anything in here to indicate? No. From a fib perspective, I don't have anything to indicate that. I don't have. I mean, I could play counter trend, but I have that off because that's just too much. One more. Still nothing to indicate. Yeah, no. This is the best you can do. This is the best you can do for an entry. Actually, no, this is the best you can do. This is your 786 rejection. Let's see that again. Yeah, this right here is the best you can do for a 786 rejection for the turnaround. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And, well, let's see what the rest of the macro has to offer. Jeez. You probably get rejected somewhere around here, maybe. I mean, no, honestly, it's still the macro time. It's still halfway through. Yep, hold on. Let's see that again. Because this did what? This came down to here to where? You didn't make it to the 50%. And you just shut up. So, yeah, you'd have to already be in it, because honestly, I wouldn't have taken that. Probably not, at least. I probably wouldn't have. There's reasons too, like you clearly printed past the gap, you rejected the regular trading hours gap, and wick down, and I don't have enough confluences for that, to be honest. To me, that's not enough confluences. You could argue that the vacuum is in effect, but I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Rejection, and then I guess you test some of these up here. Yeah, there's reasons. Yeah. Although, that might be it. Yeah, that's it. Probably just, I don't know. I would like to play this to the 1050 macro. I wouldn't be. Hold on. Do we have anything protecting this? No. Well. Not really. We don't have anything protecting this. I could. Ooh, what is that? What is that? What is that? Ay, ay, ay. What is that? My word. When did. Was there anything to indicate that this was coming? I guess a 618 rejection? What is that? A macro time went bonkers. My word. Whoa. Yeah, literally nothing here to. Well, you're in the OTE on the long term trend. Okay, I'll give you that. Long term trend OTE Mohawk on the New York AM first presented. You test that to see if you get past 50% of this. So you reject 50% of the wick down here, and you have the 3. Okay. Price action could suggest you go, especially, like I said, you print past 50% and you can be in that trade. How much was this candle alone? Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, this is what you needed. This right here. This candle, I guess, there are reasons to get into this trade. They're not great. They're not great. Honestly, I would have been concerned by the time it came back down here. Would have been concerned. You have to put your stop in structure, which is kind of big. It's kind of big. Or maybe just under. Yeah, I guess if you get in here, it's not the end of the world for a test. Because, my word, how big is this candle alone? 1053. I don't know if Trump did something or what, but this is a, my word, 180 point candle. Golly. And it just blew right through. I would probably not have tested that, but that is an interesting trade. Test that order block too. Brought it down a few notches. Let's watch this to the end of the macro and see what happens, because it might turn around. Oh my goodness. And you're still in that? Oh yeah. Well, I did expect to run these highs. And Tim did say, yeah, whatever his name is, he said that this would be an area to return to. See how it's just slowly trudging up? My goodness, that's begging for an area to return to. Okay. All right, well. And that's how you return. Do you have some liquidity here in terms of, well, this is a big ass fair value gap that you ran, but you didn't even sweep this area. So I guess the NYAM fair value gap was what stopped it from sweeping. So you went internal liquidity straight through. Golly. Okay. And then you swept that. And then you probably try to test this again after the rejection. Yes, you test it, you reject it, and you run through it. And then you get into this one, and you reject it, maybe come down a little bit more. Yeah. Yep. And then maybe even come, oh, there you go. Do expect it to get run through. There you go. But maybe, yeah? Okay, there you go. And that's your macro. Jeez, if you're still in this trade, my word. Alright. And then around previous week's 50, if we can get there, expect a little bit of a fall. But I should be done already. Scoop up some morning money and then you run away. Tokyo. How? Okay, yeah, you're going back down. Vacuum in effect again. Zoom, zoom. Okay. 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 Oh, we're testing these order blocks here. Oh, are they getting abused or what? See, the thing with these order blocks is, oh, we're definitely trying to come back up here. Where's the drudgy area that we're testing? Is it up there, maybe? Yeah, we're definitely going back up there. Huh. Yeah, no, that couldn't have happened. Oh, this is a slow move, which means it's going to fall back down at some point, but I want to see how far it gets up first. Yeah, there you go. I still want to see it touch previous week's 50, but okay. Maybe by the end of the day. But honestly, I'm basically done with this. Alright, that's enough. And that's your Thursday and Friday of last week.